What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on? I just wanted to have a brief little talk real quick about letting go or putting it in God's hand. I had ran across somebody the other day that I ain't gonna say we, but that person I felt like kind of like got over on me or whatever. And you know, throughout the years, I always, thought about it. And in the situation, I knew that, God told me to, let it go or whatever. But it's different when you actually see that person, face to face. And when I first saw him, it was like the thoughts. One, I didn't know who the person was at first because it's been like 6 years. But when I finally, realized who it was like those thoughts and those emotions started to, resurface. And, I had to kind of like govern myself to not, say anything, because, like I said, I knew that God wanted me to let the situation go and not, be, just bashful or just blaming or just, just really like going off or whatever, like saying how I really feel. And the reason being is, a lot of situations, when you get into it with someone, you kind of like put all the focus towards that person rather than thinking about, what God feel about the situation or how God played in that situation. Because, at the end of the day, it didn't turn out bad. Even though, somebody might have did something or whatever, you feel like they did something or they could have did better, it didn't turn out bad. It all worked out, and it was according to God's plan. So I just wanted to share that because, maybe someone out there, has someone that they feel like did something to them and, they want to be revengeful or, they want to lash out. But, a lot of times it be God in the middle of it. And, you have to be able to see